you're good to go.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to F1 League Hub Season 3A1 Round 4. You joined us here in Baku for hopefully an amazing race. Rain could spice up what happens here. You join me with TGL Stewart.
Evening.
And we're just loading into the qualifying session. Also, some recent news. Sauber's lineup is going to be Raikkonen and Giovinazzi. So Ericsson's become their third driver. That's just happened quite recently now. So
That's interesting.
here we go.
So, I've never actually watched Season 2 before, or Season 3, sorry. So, I'd imagine you're going to be, like last week, I hadn't watched any of Season 1 either, so in your opinion, who do you see kind of coming out on top here with a faster qualifying time, especially since we're dry right at the start as well?
I think after Simsy Danger's performance in China, he could probably do quite well.
Okay.
But there are a couple drivers who could pull something out of the bag here. It just depends on how well they can get around
Fair.
the circuit.
I'm just looking at the tires, who's going with what, and everyone's going for the ultra softs apart from Techers, who's starting off with the super softs. That's.
Oh yeah.
I wonder what kind of setup he'll be running then. Very interesting to see all the different setups that different drivers go for, obviously depending on how they drive.
Yeah. So this track, I believe there's 26 laps of the Grand Prix. It's a 6-kilometer circuit, and the 2017 lap record was Sebastian Vettel with a 1:43.4.
Jesus.
But Sonar is going to be leading the pit lane and warming up his tyres. Well, he's not even going to be leading, rather. There's a couple cars in front of him. I'm just looking down the grid, so there might some drivers might experience some dirty air because they've all left quite soon right now. 16 minutes after the qualifying session, and they are currently on their out laps, so their times, they need to get a good exit out of the final corner and try and carry as much speed as they can onto the very long straight. The run in from turn 1, I believe it's just 400 meters, or that might be 40 meters, can't quite remember. But it will be a very interesting start. Not sure what the weather's looking like this evening, and Spaghetti Chips is just going through the castle section now. Almost all of the drivers out on the track actually, just Paul Jane, no, Fretty, and Fretty appears to be the only person in the pit. But now some people are beginning to get onto their fast, or preparing to start their fast laps. You see the Renault of Yomper right now going down the main straight into turn 1. There's a couple cars in front of him. And it's a very heavy braking zone there. And try not to lock up. He's going to go high speed on the exit. Currently going down towards turn 3 here, which is followed by turn 4. It's quite hard to, it's quite easy to get wheel spin. Sometimes collide with the barrier on the exit of that turn.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that just now. It's very sharp corners and so easy it looks like to just wreck the car in every corner.
This track is not very forgiving. There's almost no runoff on some of the corners.
No, there's nothing at all. Oh, there we go.
Castle section, and there's been a collision on castle section. That's a 5-place grid penalty. Therefore, I didn't quite read who that was for a collision. And now all of the cars are very closely grouped together.
We had Jomps, Prinz, and I think that's short. Just all piled up in that corner there.
Yeah, short, receiving a
Oh,
5-place
that's
grid penalty.
violent from Sonar, just straight into jump.
Front wing damage, and there's
Yeah,
people are pulling over, so lots of drama happening right
I
now
know.
on the track.
Let's see.
Brumadini with the fastest lap so far, which is 1:39.5. Very fast. So Paul James about a second and a half
jumps
off, and
absolutely bend it in the corner. There we go.
Is out of the session. Not sure where he went out.
Long straight. I was just watching away, and the next minute he's just against the wall. I don't know what happened there. Weird. Very weird.
Oh yeah, I can see him just in the background there. I'm watching Wilshabet. And yeah, it goes to show just how easy it is to crash on this circuit.
Oh, Sims with a 1:37.3. So
That was very fast.
Getting some times coming in now. Jump on Sonar, so he's in the pits. Fretty.
Although some drivers may be sacrificing their qualifying time to try and get maximum speed for a better race pace.
Yeah.
And trying to extend those tyres as far as they can. Shot my phone.
Nice.
Yompa apologising to Sonar in the chat. It's sometimes if you're not running enough downforce through that chicane on the straight, then it's very easy to lose the back end and go into the barrier, which I think is what happened to Yompa. This is Angel still on provisional pole, but the Sauber have dropped behind him.
I know I'm featuring Fretty for this lap, but I'm curious because he's fair going for a year. Hit the DRS. Go.
Go past Tyler.
So he has a 1:39.4, which sets him quite comfortable in 7th there. Who else we got?
The two Toro Rosso's doing quite well so far.
So Wallstrabert's coming into the pits. I was wondering what he was doing there, sitting in a 1:45. But who else we got? Drop J. He's ran. Is he ran out of fuel? He's fair. Yeah, he's low on fuel. So he's taking his time going round here. Crazy Crumpets. Up in Castle section there.
So already drama happening out on track before we've even got to the start of the race. And there is a Sauber in the barrier right there, short, completely sideways there on the exit of, I think that's turn 3. Maybe even 2 actually. Sonar, I think, on his out lap, so he will be ready to set a hot lap in a minute. Good exit here could mean some nice speed. He's got currently at 205 miles per hour, 208, hitting 215 miles per hour on the straight.
That's Sonar just coming to set his first lap now. Just finished his outlap. Got Tyler on an outlap, Paul on an outlap. All set times already. Still waiting on Teckers, Short and Prinz to set a time.
Short did have a spin on his outlap, I think.
Oh,
right at the beginning.
what is Short doing?
Chips is out of the session.
I don't know what just happened to Sure, he just went straight on at the corner there.
I didn't see what happened to him. I don't know where he went out either. Oh, there he is, and he's must have gone straight there because he's right on the exit of Castle. Maybe his front tire being hit and braking on one of the barriers at Castle.
Okay. So.
I think that's what happened. I couldn't see it. What actually happened to him.
Oh.
But he has got a relatively safe qualifying time.
What happened to spaghetti chips?
And that is short out of the session as well.
Session as well.
Not too sure where he went out either.
Sonar just about to come over the line at 1:39.5, up to 9th. Okay.
Decent time. You want to be trying to break the 140s, I think, here around for qualifying. So everyone left in the qualifying session has set a time.
Let's see. So I'm looking back at the tires to see who's kind of still using what tires. Techers has switched on to the Ultra Softs. Hairy Blues has switched to the Super Softs.
And I think I've just found out Short hit the wall coming into the pit lane.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, because you're going very fast down into that pit lane. There's not really much. Even when there's heavy braking, which is easy to mess up on.
Techers coming into the pit as well. Hopefully he doesn't do the same thing. No, he sits that quite comfortably there. Dead easy. Okay, Fretty just sitting at the side there. Must have been letting someone pass, I'm thinking. Let's see, Hairy Blues coming onto the last straight on a 130. Not going to beat the 137. Where is it going to sit him though? 139, still in the 11th spot. So he hasn't moved any.
Sims Dane just set on provisional pole. Although I believe he was trying to set a faster lap, but he's still got 6 minutes left of the qualifying session, so things can still happen.
Plenty to happen. So that's your times so far, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the first 4 sitting in the 137 slots, and then we jump straight to the 139 with Techers in 5th. So, still plenty to happen. I'm assuming this is just people getting used to the track, knowing where they can be sort of pushing the cars to their limit and not causing too much hassle for themselves. Oh, Sims with 136. Sims just setting the new time, 136.8.
Going to be very, very difficult to beat. And I'm just reading here that I think Himi has a 2-year deal with Sauber, and then Mick Schumacher will replace him in 2021.
Awesome.
That closes the Ferrari and Sauber circle, for now at least.
Let's see.
And Sona out of the session. I'm not sure where he's gone off. The second may be proving a bit too much for him. Paul James is also out of the session though.
Let's see. Yeah, a few people coming out. Jesus.
Tight barriers proving lethal then.
Oh. Is it just the pit wall that's getting these guys?
And there goes Harry Blues as well, so it might possibly be. Unless they are just saying...
I wonder if they're just retiring.
Because they think they can't set a fast lap, that could be very possible.
I'm sure Harry Blues was still in the pit there. The Fretty's on an out lap. We've got Philip Foxton out. He's just sitting on sector 2 just now.
Going into sector 3, I think.
Yeah, should be coming round.
Unmistaken.
He's
There we go. Sector 3 starts at
turn
the
17.
entrance turn 16. Yeah, the exit turn 17-ish. Well, on the picture I've got here, it looks like it's actually changes just in the braking zone of turn 16. So.
Yeah. See who else we got? We got Tyler and P-Rins out in their out laps just now. Fretty's still in his out lap. Everyone's back on an out lap, coming out to see what else they can do. See, I've watched Drop J in I've watched Drop J in that season 1 race, and he started all the way down at 17th. What a race he had! So I'm kind of favouring him this race. He's sitting up in 3rd now.
He definitely has the potential to win.
Yeah.
I'm looking now, and I think the elevation change around the circuit is 26.8 meters, because the track at the finish line is minus 24.7 meters below 24.7 meters below sea level, and at just after turn 13, which is the left-hand kink after the castle section, is where it peaks at 2.1 meters above sea level. So that's an interesting fact for you. The race distance for us tonight will be around 150 kilometers. And the first Grand Prix in Baku was 2016.
Phil Foxton jumped up to 8. That was a very nice time, 139.3. Which brings him up a good few places there.
Time is definitely running out for the drivers now. If they're not already out, the drivers are already out. They will be able to set a next lap potentially, depending on where they are in the circuit. Yeah, the lap time quite long around this circuit. And I'm just watching a Haas go down the inside of the McLaren. The Prince Killer. Yeah, the Haas of Fretty. Shooting down the circuit, going very fast there. Be interesting to see what he speed traps at, and it looks like he may be able to. He's hit 215 miles an hour on the straight.
Oh.
And the Red Bull of Tekka's hitting just 211, so he's probably running higher downforce. Two seconds left, and checker flags. So this is their final lap to make a difference. Seems dangerous on an out lap, just following him through castle section here. It's on. As a Mercedes goes a bit wide, and he gets a slight kick of oversteer on the exit there.
So Brumadinho just finished on a 137.5, since second at the minute. Skuda is out on track, so see if he can get that 0.1 second faster to set himself in second. He's coming on 130,
and there is. Sorry to cut you off there, but this Tyler Harry just off in the background there. He probably hit the barrier in the chicane.
130. Oh, he does get the second. The 137.52.
Which knocks Trottier down to 4th position, and Danger is gonna likely start on provisional pole. Although it is on provisional pole. And that's just drop here, and he's out of fuel, so he's not setting the fastest lap.
P. Rin's coming
And
up
he
on the
knows it
final
now.
straight as well. He's not looking like he's going to be doing much to change any positions here. 39, 40, so he stays exactly where he is. That's everyone finished now. So we'll get Sims first, Scooter second, Brumadino third, Drop J fourth, FLH fifth, sixth you've got Wall Strabert, 7 Techers, 8th Fretty, 9th Spaghetti, 10th Phil Foxen, 11th Sonar, 12th Harry Blues, 13th Your Tyler, 14th Prince, 15th Paul, 16th Jump, and 17th Short. So that is your lineup for the Azerbaijan GP. So 1 minute remaining, and we will be straight into the race to bring you the full action live here.
And if there's any consolation for Short, he did have a 5-place grid penalty anyway.
Oh, did
And that was
he?
the end of the qualifying session. Yeah, he had a bit of a collision around Castle section right at the beginning of the
Wow.
qualifying session, so yeah.
So he was just like,
Could be worse.
nah, this is... I don't need this, I've been in the car.
He ended up in the barrier, I think, anyway, so see how many people the barrier claims tonight. Hopefully the crashes in qualifying have taught them a lesson, and we'll see less crashing through the actual race session. Yeah, I believe. Yeah. Incidents. Yep. Yeah, Short did have a grid penalty for colliding with Techers right on the first lap, I think.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, I'm so excited.
I've been looking forward to the Bahrain Grand Prix all week, actually. It always proves to be an interesting one. And then I think next week it's Monaco. No, it's Barcelona.
Yeah,
Then
Barcelona,
Monaco.
Catalonia, yeah.
So Monaco will definitely be an interesting one.
Mm-hmm. That's just going to be crash galore.
Yeah, that's even if people want to start, to be honest. Yeah, because I know people like to just not race to save their dignity when it comes to Monaco, which is fair enough. No, I would.
Just before people racing it, end of story.
One finisher. Like the US Grand Prix all over again.
Yeah.
2006, I think.
Hey, let's try out. Sonar gave me a link to the telemetry thing to see who's got damage, who's doing what times. So let's see how well this works when we're using this today.
If you send me messages, that'd be quite nice.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see, yeah, because we haven't really been able to actually see how much damage or what the tyre wear is on the other cars. You can only really judge by their pace. Okay, it looks like all of the drivers, they've frozen on the grid. That's what they're saying in the group chat, actually.
My screen's frozen as well. Well, I'm just stuck staring at the
Audience
Yeah.
above the pit lane.
Yeah. RIP.
Let's wait 2 minutes, is what some danger suggests, so... Or start, you can't...
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. That was abrupt. And here they go, their starts will be good. Quite low camera angles here because it's a street circuit. I think cameras have to be nice and out of the way. That is like that on most circuits. tension's definitely building up right now.
Can feel it.
You can see the main straight if you're watching. Just on the other side of the rundown to the turn before castle section. Castle section. We'll see how many lives that claims on the first lap. At least we got dry conditions for now, and I don't think that's going to change because the sky is clear. I may have just jinxed it.
It's the curse of the commentator. You know, Spag had that a lot when me and him were commentating. He was saying something, and the next minute, boom, absolutely jinxed it completely.
Yeah, that's happened to me occasionally. I'll be like, I think at Bahrain, I was like, oh yeah, some relatively clean racing here, and then I switched to Chris Manier, and in the barrier he was. And yeah, Prince Killer was disqualified along with Philip Holston. Philip Holston was disqualified, I think, slightly beforehand. You'll see them on the grid.
What have they been disqualified for, though?
Probably contacted maybe the barriers or each other. Although Philip Hodgson was disqualified before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, sorry. Back to the race.
Here we go. The drivers are ready. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights are out, and away we go here in Bahrain. Lots of wheel spin. There's been a collision. One of the Red Bulls has gone straight into the barrier, and a Ferrari goes wide on the entrance. And there goes a Force. No, not a Force India. A McLaren and the Mercedes having a collision there further down the grid, and there is a Mercedes and a McLaren facing opposite directions as they go into each other.
I have a problem. Sound has completely gone. And I
From the
don't know
stream.
why. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I will try and fix it. However, I don't know how the hell I'm going to fix it.
Oh, and I just watched these spaghetti ships go down the inside of Fretty there. They're going to be nearly side by side into the castle section.
What? My antivirus has blocked my OBS.
Oh, God.
What?
Oh, and this front wing on the thing from the Ferrari. Oh, they can still hear me at least, so. Alright, so, and there goes a few drivers, and it looks like Spaghetti Chips is going to go side by side with Philip Hogston. The Spaghetti Chips is having the worst start than his teammate Toro Rosso, right? And there's nearly 3 wide into turn 1. The Toro Rosso getting straight ahead, and the Red Bull trying to get his nose in down there, but the Mercedes staying ahead, and now is Brumadinho going around the inside of Spaghetti Chips, and it looks like Tekis is trying to get his nose in there, but he's not quite close enough. But behind them, as he's short, battling it out on the track. That batter appears to have just disappeared. Further up the grid, it's like Fretty's quite close to Crazy Crumpet. Crazy Crumpet have a much better start than Spaghetti Chips, and Brumadinho getting overtaken. And there goes the Red Bull of Tekers on the outside of Brumadinho. Okay. And there goes short down the inside of Hairy Blues. I'm sure if you saw that. And there's yellow flags in Sector 1 and Sector 2. Looks like there may have been some kind of crash. And there is Prinskala in the leaving the session. And he's lost his complete front wing. And Sonar's retired from the session. Alright.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, due to a technical fault, we are going to have to restart the stream. But I should have it sorted in the next minute or two. I will be as quick as I can for you.
Back on air.
Okay, we should be back on air. And I've got the audio fixed. Thank God.
Okay, nice. And I'm just looking at the tyres of Sims the Danger. He's already got 45% wear on his rears. And about 25% wear on average on his fronts. So yeah, that's a bit quite high wear right now. Prinskala is pitting for a new front wing. He lost it completely earlier. And I'm watching Strabert. He's the closest to Bretty. Sonar leaving the session. He did go into the barriers. And on the straight as well, we might see an overtake
touching the
from
ball.
Strabert. Yeah. He's going to have the toe. He's got his ERS up into mode 3. He's got the DRS. And it looks like he might have this done and dusted before the end of even the straight. As the two teammates go side by side. And it looks like he's already passed him. Heavy braking into turn 1. And yep, he's taken his teammate there. Although he goes a bit wide on the exit. And his teammate might take that opportunity back. Yeah, and Bretty takes that back from Wallstrabert. And that means Crazy Crumpet can get closer to the back of them. That battle's slowing them both down.
Here comes Wallstrabert.
Yeah,
oh, he's tight locking up there. He gets the overtake though. And Fretty's straight back with it again. He's lost a lot of pace coming through that corner there. So we get this hot.
Unfortunately, I can only look at the tyre wear and damage of Sims the Danger, so we're going to have to take that as the average of most other drivers. Oh, and there's contact in Castle section. Crazy Crumpet going into the barriers. Not sure if he got any front wing damage there. It doesn't look like he did. And now his teammates behind him, Spaghetti Chips, going down the inside on the flat out section. There's yellow flags in sector 1. Not too sure why that is. And Spaghetti Chips has made the overtake on his teammate. Spaghetti Chips, I think, the fastest driver of the pair. And there's a bit of a lock up from Philip Hogston into that turn.
That looked like some front right wing damage from Spaghetti Chips there as well.
Brumadinho. Oh, and there's been a
shorts, he's done.
Session. I just saw that from Brumadinho, and it looks like he probably got some wheel spin and went straight into the barrier, spinning around on the track. It was very unfortunate for him. There's yellow flags in sector 2 and sector 3 there, just on the intermediate area. It's very unfortunate.
Sims going for the early pit as well. Looks like Prince is currently an AI car. Don't know what's happened to him.
I think he may have had some connection issues. There's yellow flags in sector 3. Not too sure why that is. Maybe front wing damage somewhere. Already lap 5. Those few laps have gone very quickly.
No, I know. Let's see.
Spaghetti Chips are gaining.
Yeah, dropping out on Spaghetti Chips there.
Philip Hogston locking up quite heavily there, so maybe Spaghetti Chips piling on the pressure. And Spaghetti Chips is going to look to the inside. There's a massive lock up. Oh, just as well, there's no barrier on the inside of that corner. Oh, and there goes the Ferrari nearly straight into the back of the Toro Rosso. Sims the Danger nearly having front wing damage there, nearly punting. Just not expecting that braking maneuver, and he's already going to try and make the overtake. Spaghetti Chips nearly hitting his front wing.
Oh, he's straight into him! Oh, he's done it!
Out of the session, and his tyre flopping around there, and that is definitely going to be yellow flags. How unfortunate. That is He rushed to get home after a rugby match this evening, and unfortunately, it's not going to end well for him. Just another victim claimed by the Baku Street Circuit. Gotta feel bad for him.
Drop J coming into the pits.
Harry Blue's already lapping Prince Killer. Of course, the AR is only on 40%, I believe. If you pause. That seems the danger. Back in the pit lane, I think, for, yeah, front wing change. He received front wing damage from punting the back of Spaghetti Chips. Front wing damage always unavoidable on this circuit. Now, Yompa may be looking to take an overtake on Tyler Harry. He's got his ERS off into mode 4. Tyler also has this in 4, so he's going to only be able to use the DRS and the tow. Definitely getting lots of tow here. He activates the DRS, and he's not quite close enough there along the straight. Maybe running a bit higher downforce to the Force India. And now this is Scooter and Seb gaining on the back of Sims the Danger, former teammates from Season 2 and I believe maybe even Season 1. Tyler Harry has made the overtake on Yompa though. Yompa having a bit of a shocker after quite a good performance in Bahrain, I remember. Can't really remember China for some reason. But anyway, yeah, that is not a great looking result so far from Yompa. Maybe having a bit of issues at the beginning of the race. He may... No, but sorry, my thought went a bit weird there. But some interesting racing already provided by the race. There's only 20 laps to go.
There goes Simsy Danger getting the overtake on Paul James there. Just coming out of.
And there goes Scooter Seb on the outside of Paul James.
Here it comes, yeah.
God, I had a lovely helicopter angle for that manoeuvre. And it looks like Scooter Seb is going to try and go on the inside of Simsy Danger.
Gets the overtake done. Secures that 6th position for the moment being though, but Simsy Danger, you can tell he's not happy with that. He's constantly right up his arse trying to get it again.
Rumadinho does some of the fastest stuff of the race so far. Simsy Danger getting very close to the back of the Williams. He's gonna have to be careful through castle section though, because I think yeah, he did punt the back of Spaghetti Chips, so just being able to outbrake and getting very close to the gearbox of Scooter Seb.
Go up in castle section. It's
Going
so
very
close
to all of the barriers. Whoever gets the best exit here, he's got his ERS all the way up into mode 5. He's going to go on the outside of the Williams. No, on the inside, and it looks like it's not close enough there. Riding on board, that's the best angle for that section there. But now coming in towards the final few turns. It's just going to be so close. It's just about 2.5 tenths in it. And here we go. The tow is, well, he's almost used all of his ERS, but he does hop it back all the way up into mode 5. Here we go. He's got the DRS, he's got the
he's
ERS,
got it. He's got it.
The tow, and he's definitely got that overtake there. Simsy Danger doing, Scooter Seb doing very well to keep up with him there. But definitely having to concede that position. Looking further up the grid, Harry Blues and Droppy getting quite close to the back of Fretty.
I just jumped on board. Crazy Crumpet is really battling for this 8th position against Paul James. Not too much action happening anywhere else in the track at the minute. Techers is getting the catch up on Crazy Crumpet. We've got Paul James who's really got this 8th position secure. He's got to do a lot of work to get catch up to Scooter. Simsy and Scooter battling out still for that 6th position. Simsy starting to make a bit of a catch up on Philip Fogston, getting closer and closer into his sights. Phil Fox just coming up behind Prince again. Coming up into this castle
Drop
section again.
Quite close to back, and the Renault of Harry Blues really cutting to the corner, trying to get his nose in on Frethi. There's yellow flags in sector 2. Is that Crazy Crumpet having a bit of a collision? Because I've just seen.
Yeah, Crazy Crumpet spun his car. He's having to let everyone past.
And that is Crazy Crumpet out of the session.
Yeah,
I've just seen.
Out of the session.
Didn't see why that happened. I'll be able to hop on the stream just now and maybe be able to see what's happened there. But I'm watching the Williams, and they're gonna. Looks like these few cars are gonna go 3 wide. Oh no, the Haas peels into the pit lane, which leaves just Dropia and Harry Blues battling out on the straight. Dropia gonna get ahead of Harry Blues. Harry Blues locking up a bit there.
There we go, Simsy Danger getting the overtake on Philip Fox. We've also Wallstrabert getting ahead of Fretti again as well. He's just went into the pits.
And Philip Hoxton's out of the race.
Oh no, what happened?
He must have had a crash. Yeah, he's gone into the barrier just off the stop.
Oh,
No,
that's a horror. That allows Techers to get ahead of Paul James as well.
Unfortunate then. Didn't quite see what happened to him there.
Oh, what's going on here? We've got Scooter sneaking up the outside of Fretti there. Harry Blue's getting a 3-second time penalty from multiple warnings. Yeah, Scooter Reb's going to get this overtake so easily done with a really fast. He's not getting easily done. Fretty's keeping the pressure on him, making him slow down. Harden the brakes. Oh, he's keeping the pressure on him there.
He's going to go down the inside. Good work there from
well done, Scooter Reb.
Good reset, not pushing him into the barrier.
Fretty just had to let him have it there as well. Saves him. Let's not have an accident now. Let's bide our time. We've got plenty of laps left. Let's see, who else have we got some action happening? Everyone's getting a bit spread apart here now.
And Philip Holston, yeah, leading the session. I'm just trying to find what happened. What happened to Crazy Crumpet in the replays. And yeah, his Toro Rosso turned into a Red Bull for a second.
Okay. Brumadinho overtaking Paul James there. Just caught the end of that with the broadcast view.
Very good racing being provided. 16 laps-ish left of the session.
Yeah.
And lots of drama left. Got Yomper coming up close to the back of Paul James, trying to find his way past. Yomper having a shocker so far. Already 5 DNFs so far, which have been both Toro Rossos, Philip Hogston, Short, and the Rebel of Sonar, but definitely not in that order.
He's going for the outside.
And yeah, he's going to have the inside for the second part, but he's not going to have
Can't keep the pace up yet.
I'm going to ride on board this bit here because
Castle section
it gives you a nice judgment of how close they are. He's going to take a bit of a wider line than Paul James. Losing lots of time to Paul James there and towards Castle section. Getting nice and close to the barriers there.
Losing the back end a wee bit. They're all just losing their back end a wee bit coming out of that corner. We'll get lock off from Bramadinho there.
And I think this is where Yompa could make an overtake just onto the straight. Is, I think, the most likely place. Everyone so far has stopped apart from Harry Blues and Paul James. Now Yompa definitely has the ability to overtake Paul James. He's going to go to the outside. They're going to be side by side, but it looks like, yeah, Yompa has probably made up that position. He's done the overtake before. He hasn't even activated the DRS, which is rather strange.
Just that
Maybe
confident.
having a bit of a DRS issue. And yeah, he has made the overtake, and he's got Brumadinho lined up in his sights next. So things on the track calming down a bit now, it looks like, because there is not too much, any small gaps which could result in some drama, unfortunately.
I'm just trying to figure out Paul James's strategy here. He's on lap 11 and still not made a single pit. He is running the super softs with everyone's running super softs. What am I talking about? Everyone running the super soft. We've got Tyler, Prince on the soft, but we also get Fretty, Scooter and Sims on the soft. Sims made 2 stops already, so we're Harry Blues, as you say, to have a stop as well. I'm looking also...
Sims Danger.
Yeah.
Sims Danger's definitely lost out on the in the pit stop phases. His tyres are now only 11% for his front left and 21 for his rear left. So of course
Harry
the
Blues going in for the pit now.
rear tyres, they're definitely wearing a lot faster, and it looks like Brumadinho's gaining lots of time on Tekker's. Well, I'm not sure. The gap is about 1 second, and that may close or it may extend. We'll have to see. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like I can only look at the telemetry of Simsy Danger.
We try refreshing it because it's all still stuck on 4 laps. The telemetry has completely crashed for me as well on the F1 League Cup.
Rather unfortunate. But anyway, we'll have to continue without that luxury. But Brumadinho looks like he's gaining a bit of time on Tekker's. Straight as well, might see some stuff. Tekker's taking a bit of a wide line on the exit of Castle. You're getting very close now. The gap's just half a second. Not even that. Brumadinho's going to look... No, he's not going to look down the inside. Took a sniff there, but it wasn't close enough for him. Onto the straight. The gap is still half a second.
He's going to get the DRS, but he has no ERS left. His battery is just completely dead. They might just get enough gap
maybe going to try and get one in the overtake. And he's going to go maybe
he's going to get the outside.
Go to the outside and he's taking the position. That's not something you see every day around this circuit.
Yeah, Tekker just had to let him go for that next corner. But he's going to get the DRS. Tekker's see if he can do something to just close the gap again.
Yeah, the telemetry is completely gone.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Bit of a lock up there. I'm watching Yompa, but Tekker's maybe trying to regain that position from Brumadinho that he lost just a moment ago. We're about halfway through the race now, and no one's DNF for quite a while, which is quite fortunate. Yes. Although there have been quite a few DNFs anyway.
It's unfortunate for us because it's not exciting commentary anymore. We don't have anything to jump out our seats at.
It's all died down.
So we've got Drop J, who is 10 seconds in the lead. Walshabert and Simsy, they can both see each other, but there's just too much of a gap still for them to do anything. Scooter Reeb is 12 seconds behind Simsy. So there's so much work to be done to close all the gaps for these top 4 positions. However, we've got Harry Blues 3 seconds between. We've got Fretty. They've just got this small gap from 4th all the way down to 9th, where there's a lot of play, where a lot can be done as well to change all these positions. I feel the top 3, that's pretty set in stone of who's going to be in that top 3, but who's going to finish where? That's my question. Whether Simsy can get up to the second place and get ahead of Wallstrabert. He is closing the gap. We're coming into the castle section just now. And every time I do go on to him, the gap is just getting that bit closer and closer and closer. He's done the castle section perfectly.
Running on board, he can see Wilshire in the distance. Of course, Simsy Danger being very unlucky because he pitted, and I think on the next lap, or maybe his second lap out, he had a collision where he needed to change his front wing, which unfortunately ruined his race, or potentially ruined it. We haven't quite seen what he could manage
there
from
we go, Brumadinho just getting the overtake on Fretty there as well.
Person I want to watch right now is Simsy Danger. He's gaining time on Wallstrabert. Will he gain enough time? Of course, there's a second DRS zone, so if he doesn't make the overtake, he may be able to make it there, but if he does make the overtake, it may be able to be regained, and Simsy Danger sets the fast lap with a 1:46, so definitely gaining lots of time on Wallstrabert. He's going to have the DRS in the next part of the lap.
Yeah, he's definitely getting the second position. Surely he's going to get this. There's still too much of a gap there to have any effect. We'll get Tekker's getting the overtake on Fretty there. They're on the straight. Fretty's coming into the pits to make his second stop. So you get on the fresher tyres. Can he make up the ground again to get back up into that 7th position? We'll soon find out.
Wallstrabert getting a kick of oversteer in a very big lockup. And it looks like Simsy Danger's going to make the overtake on the exit of the turn. They're going to be side by side, Simsy out-braking him, and it looks like he's made it just before the castle section.
Both just spinning their back ends there.
Good racing there from Simsy Danger.
Very good racing. Contact.
Some carbon fibre on the track, yeah. Dropping down to Yompa gaining on Tekker's, coming into the castle section now, which is where we were just watching Simsy Danger. Yompa gaining time on Tekker's. He's going to need to gain a bit more time than that if he's going to have any chance of making an overtake on the straight. So he's got a couple more turns before the straight where he can try and gain some time, but he's dropping down to over a second. Up, the gap's increasing to over a second. Here we go. He's got lots of VRS. I'm not sure why he's only got it in mode 1 right now. No, he hops it up into only mode 3. He has a lot of VRS to burn there. Not sure why he's not using all of it right now.
Wallstrabert's getting his next stop in as well. So Scooter Reeve's going to be taking the 3rd.
And it looks like the top 3
missing some action. We've got Tekker's coming into the pit, so Jomp's taking the 7th. We've got Harry Blue's overtaking Wallstrabert, who Wallstrabert is just going to say, nope, I'm taking that 4th place back. Locks on contact in the corner!
He goes into the barrier, and it doesn't look like there's any front wing damage. Oh, there might have been front wing damage actually there. Doesn't look like it. But yeah, that was very close. That could have definitely taken him out of the session. And Wallstrabert would have definitely reported that if that had been any worse, which it very well could have been.
I hope for Wallstrabert's sake there's no front wing damage, because he's had his second stop and he has lost a good bit of time from that 3rd position. So he's going to really have no... We've got a yellow flag in sector 3.
Sorry, but I just had to buy in there. I've just seen Simsy Danger's DNF. I have no idea why that's happened. That's going to be very unfortunate for who I believe is the championship leader.
Straight into the left wall, yeah.
That is super unfortunate. And there we were just a few laps ago talking about how there hadn't been too many DNFs.
Wow.
That is
curse of the commentary right there. Sims, I said that is set in stone. That top 4. Nah. Sims and Danger has to go and ruin it.
And that is definitely going to shake up the order. And now 3rd place is up for contention. But Scooter has said there's definitely gaining time on drop here actually there. That is, yeah. And
Yeah,
Tyler
like
Harry's
Tyler
out of the
Harry's
session
out
as
as
well.
well. Wonder what's happening in Sector 3 here. It seems to be... He didn't go in the same place as Sims of Danger. Sector 3 is
No.
claiming a good few people in the race.
That means we only have, I think, 10 races
10
left. So we just have
racers
to
left.
into danger leaving the session. That is, it's all happening now. If people haven't tuned in yet, tell them to tune in now because we're about to see some action.
Walsterberg's pushing it hard in the cast section, getting some contact in the right tyre there. I don't think there'll be any right wing damage to report. But he's pushing hard to catch up to Hairy Blues.
Unfortunately, because of the halo, when you're right on board, you can't actually see how much front wing damage they've got. Walsterberg nearly going into the barrier there. That is really, really bad news for Sims Danger and Tyler Harry. The rest of the pack, though, is still relatively close together, but 7 DNS. We're almost reaching Singapore 2017 DNF standards. And Scooter Seb's gone into the pits, maybe for a second pit stop. There's 8 laps left of the Grand Prix. He's going to strap on the Super Softs and head back out onto the track. And he's going to drop down to 5th position. So now Wallstromberg's back up into the podium positions, which I believe is where he was a few laps ago.
Yeah.
Before everything got shuffled up.
And he's making up some ground, catching up to Hairy Blues. He's really pushing hard into all of these corners, trying to make up the ground on Hairy Blues. Hairy Blues somehow managed to lose all of the effort that he had put in to catch up to Drop Day down to 14 seconds.
What a race though. Lots of crashing. I'm sure if my brother would be watching, there'd be even more, but I'm not sure if you could get even more crashing than this. Because for some reason, whenever I watch Formula 1 with my brother, who absolutely despises it, there's always at least 4 crashes, which usually include Max Verstappen, my favourite driver.
I think we need to bring him over, get another 4 crashes in here.
Yeah.
Hey, well,
I don't think we want any more crashes, to be honest.
What can Walsterberg do? He's not going to get the DRS coming into this final straight. But will they go max ERS? Because he won't know that Hairy Blues is almost out. He's running on level 4.
I've just realised, if this is Baku, then what's Monaco going to be like?
There's not too much going to happen between 5th and 6th, so 5 seconds of a difference. Between 6th and 7th, we've got 10 seconds, so I'm going to be more focusing on Scooter Reb, who does take the 4th position because jumps went to the pits for his second stop. And then Walsterberg getting and really gaining on Hairy Blues. Drop J is, in my opinion, pretty set in stone for that win. 15 seconds of a gap with 7 laps to go.
Last time you said that.
I know.
Set in stone. Curse word. I think we're going to have to forbid commentators from making any assumptions, because we just know then that something will change. Especially in this league, where anything can happen, and we mean literally anything. I'm watching Walsterberg. He's getting quite close to Hairy Blues. He may be able to make an overtake on the main straight, if not beforehand. Hairy Blues is
just disconnected.
currently disconnected, yeah, so...
Well, Walsterberg take the opportunity to get it. Oh, it's glitched back in.
And no, Hairy Blues is back in. He's having a bit of disconnection, or connection issues, because it looks like he's got the alien indicator. Or... that's what Into the Barrier calls it anyway.
I'm reading up on some of the Hairy Blues disconnects again, so I feel Walsterberg's going to get that second place, some contact there.
Oh, there's a bit of contact there.
And then he glitches well ahead again.
Talk about rubber banding. So Harry Blue's having a bit of Wi-Fi issues here.
That's nasty Wi-Fi issues. It's not even as if it's like slight glitching. That is proper rubber banding.
He's having mild Wi-Fi issues right now. If you've been around long enough to know that meme. I know some people in the league certainly have.
Stay on board with Walsterbert and Harry Blues. There's not too much to report elsewhere in the track. Everyone is a good few seconds away from each other. So we get Scooter Reb, who's 12 seconds behind Walsterbert, and he is 7 seconds ahead of Brumadinho. So fourth could be his spot. Harry Blues only had one stop right enough, so he could be set, depending on his strategy, for a second stop. I can't see on the telemetry how his tyres are looking because unfortunately it has crashed.
And
yeah, still
yeah,
not.
I can see.
Let's see, Walsterbert really sniffing his ass, trying to get past. Locking up, coming into the corner. Lost a good couple of wee seconds. They will be getting that DRS coming into the final straight, surely. Nope.
Just
yeah, he's going to get it.
Has apologised for all that's happened in the race. I think he's had quite a bad race because he's had quite a few collisions. It's unfortunate. Now Walsterbert though, there's also carbon fibre on the left-hand side.
Yeah,
there.
Saw that.
But anyway, Walsterbert is quite close. Maybe on the second DRS straight he might have it. He's definitely getting close, but locking up quite heavily.
Lost the back end there again. Now, Harry Blues has no ERS left to even try and keep up the pace to keep ahead of him either. And Walsterbert's played his ERS perfect, still got that 40% battery on level 2. Scurry just really just playing a really nice race. He's just basically playing a really nice safe race, keeping that 4th position. Although he will have to keep an eye and still, you know, really keep a fast time going. Brumadinho is pushing hard into these corners. He obviously believes he's going to get this 4th position back if he can keep the pace up that he does. Scooter dropped at 10 seconds behind Walsterbert. We were going to jump back on board. I've just noticed he's closing the gap even more and more and more. Ooh, locking up again.
Lock up there. It's going to be closed on this straight now. This is where Harry Blues really needs to defend that he's very low on his ERS. Here we go on the main straight. Walsterbert has got ERS up into mode 4. They both have, but Harry Blues is slow and he's gaining time very, very rapidly here. He's going to go down the inside, and here we go into the braking zone. This is for the second place, and it's going to be so close.
Second DRS zone. Walsterbert's got this. He's locking up again, coming in the corner.
Massive lock up, getting too much pressure. Here we go. Down the straight. I'm so pumped right now. Oh, Yomper's getting very close to 10 seconds as well. There's too much going on this. Tekers makes an overtake. Massive lock up. Oh, yeah. Harry Blues. Oh, both of the Renaults in some form of racing. Fortunately, I think we missed what happened with Tekers and Yomper. But the other Renault just being overtaken there.
Harry Blues had to let that second position go. Walsterbert played that perfectly. He kept him really tight into the wall. Harry Blues just was not for having any collisions there. He just said, nope, brakes are going on, you can have it, I'll get it in a minute. I'm going to go and see how Tekers is getting on. He's lost a good bit of time to Yomp there. Brumadinho closing that gap slowly but surely to Scooter Rib.
Dropia, I reckon, has got this race in the bag.
Definitely.
He's around a pit stop ahead of Walsterbert, so only an actual crash can take him out of the race. I just saw yellow flags in Sector 2.
And is straight into the castle wall. which means Techers can take that. It basically has no front wing left after that.
I was really scared that Droppy had crashed there. I thought, oh no,
Which
what
means
have I done?
Fretty-
Commentators.
Yep, yep.
Oh, and into the barrier. Oh, lots of understeer, I think, there.
Has to let Fretty take the position. He has no front right wing at all.
And that is definitely going to mean an 8th place for Yomper, because when he gets back in the pits, he's going to have to be careful though through the high-speed chicane, because he doesn't get too much understeer and go into the barrier. I think he might take that carefully, because he's definitely got 8th place.
He's taken very carefully.
Good idea.
Harry Blues is letting that second position just get away from the worn soft tyres. Are definitely taking their toll now. But with 3 laps to go, there's no point in making a stop, because that means Scooter Reeb is definitely going to get that position. So if they can just maintain some speed so that Scooter Reeb doesn't get the catch up on him, he will be sitting comfortable.
Doesn't seem to be losing too much time. It's just through the corners, I think. It looks like he's gaining ever so slightly closer to Wolstebert. Wolstebert, he hasn't been too much of a prominent figure this league so far, I don't think, anyway. And after this race, definite shuffle to the championship standings, because the championship leader not finishing the race.
Here's our championship leader just now.
Toro Rosso will be walking away from the race today, unfortunately without a single point. Oh no, Scooter S3A R4 is actually winning the championship by 2 points, and if Harry Blues can keep his position, that's gonna, it's not gonna be too much of an impact for Simply Danger, and I don't think Yompo is any danger to him right now. Spaghetti Chips 4 is quite far behind. I think 17 points there behind Yompo, so he's not much of a danger. Fretty is 5 points behind, and Wolstebert has only got 12 points, so right now he is looking to more than double his points and get up 30 points, and that means he's going to overtake Spaghetti Chips and put himself in 4th in the championship. So yeah, quite a good shuffling. Yeah, so Wolstebert hasn't been too much of a prominent figure so far, but that is all about to change. Crazy Crump only having 1 point this season. Chris Meniere's wheel is still broken, so he's on 0 points. Paul James, number 9, may potentially to score his first points of the season, which will put him up to 2 points. Prince Killer about to score his first point of the season, although he hasn't actually been racing, so I'm not sure if that will be added. Harry Blues to score his first points of the season, which will give him 15 points. Short will not get any points. And Dropier, of course, he has been a reserve driver from season 1B tier 1, I believe, and he's on 0 points, so he's definitely going to move up the standings up to 25, which is going to put him on par with Spaghetti Chips.
Dropj's just lapped Paul James as well.
Or almost on par with Spaghetti Chips anyway.
Tell you what though, Scooter Rev's fair making up some time here.
Will he be able to do it in the next 1.5-ish laps?
Harry Blues getting that 3-second time penalty, so if he can just keep right on him, he should get. Let's see if Scooter Rev's got any. See if he's got any time penalties.
Harry Blues already has time penalties from earlier, so I think he's got 6 seconds worth of time penalties. Actually. Yeah. And Scooter S3A R4 hasn't got any. So Brumadinho, if he can pick up the pace by about 2 seconds, he may be in with a shout of beating Harry Blues. So what I said about Harry Blues is wrong. He's definitely going to score his first points of the season, and that will move him up the orders. But just how much we will see when the race is coming, because Brumdino is just 1.5 seconds off that 6-second. Oh no, he's 4.5 seconds, 3.5 seconds off. Never mind. Taking that as a not an interval from Harry Blues. Never mind. Harry Blues there's a second off Woolstrabat on the straight.
Yeah. There we go, into the final lap. Drop J, if he can just not crash, he's our winner. So he's taking it so calm and so delicately around every corner, making sure that nothing is going to happen to that car.
Massive lockup. I just joined him. Yeah, massive double front lockup. Those tyres definitely getting very worn for him.
Oh, here blows! Jesus! Oh my god!
What happened there? I didn't see.
The back end spinning out, almost going straight into the right wall before the castle section.
But I'm
He
just going
held
to watch it
so well.
now. He's going to be careful through the high-speed chicane. Yomps in the fast lap of the race. But the man who has led the race for the last few laps, very good race, battling to get to the front of the grid. He's going to cross the line in first position, riding us with some brilliant racing. And it is Dropia who finishes in first place. Very good. And then goes the runner, Harry Blues going very wide. So those tyres very warm, maybe giving him quite a bit of understeer.
Scootery's
Cool
going to get that DRS. He's not going to get it in time, I don't think, though.
Although he's getting very close.
Here we go. Come on!
On towards the line, we have a Yumba moment where it's going to be side by side across the line, and the line's going to come too close. And you forget Scooter is
he's still going to get that third place because of the 6-second time penalty. Oh, wow.
So the podium positions are Dropia, Woolstrabat, and Scooter is said. Very nice to see that. And now this is Tekker's the next to come across the line in the Red Bull, his teammate having it crashed out towards the beginning, the first DNF of the race, and he's going to wiggle along there as Fretty is coming up behind him, finally followed by Yomper. He's going to take it very slow, he doesn't want to crash now. All the time to crash. The final lap would be the worst.
On the straight as well.
Final turn, that would be very embarrassing. But he is going to cross the line, and he's going to do that in 8th place, I think. And getting a lot of frame rate drop there for me anyway. What a race then that evening. 7 DNFs from 17 starters, meaning only 10 people finished the Grand Prix. So lots of crashing as we expected. And these are the men on the podium positions today. That is Dropia, Scooteris, Woolstrabat and Scooteris Seb rounding off the podium. Very well done.
Here, Harry Blues did well, finishing 4th after starting in 12th as well. Even Yomp starting in 16th, jumping up to 8th after all those crashes as well. It's been a very, very, very good race. Even in qualifying, we had a lot of crashes. Even in the race, we had a lot of crashes. It's been exciting. Unfortunately, just that last 10 laps didn't do it for me.
Finishes are Dropia, Woolstrabat, Scooter Seb, Harry Blues, Brumadinho, Tekker's, Fretty, Yomper, Paul James, and Prince Killer rounding it off. Although Prince Killer was AI, I think, for the whole race. And that means there's really only 9 finishes unless his points get counted. What a Grand Prix. The amount of DNFs was foreshadowed by qualifying. And I think we are probably going to end the stream here.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah, stream.
Thanks so much for watching. Oh.
What a race. It was fantastic. Well, thank you everyone for coming and joining us alongside myself and Hugo for that Azerbaijan Grand Prix. It won't be myself commentating tomorrow. I'm not sure who will be, but do enjoy that race tomorrow, and I will see you guys the next time that I see you. Hugo, very
Next week, I'll hopefully see you in Spain.
Spain, is it? Well, no, thank you for joining me tonight on this race. It's been a pleasure, and I will see you in the next stream. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Goodbye.